In this video, we're going to talk about Zwicker and Associates, a common debt collector. Zwicker and Associates is a law firm that specializes in collecting unpaid debt. It is reported that they work with American Express to collect on defaulted credit cards and with many other creditors. Zwicker and Associates is headquartered in Andover, Massachusetts. There are a number of reports about them being a determined, persistent, and harassing debt collector. There are complaints from consumers claiming Zwicker has made harassing phone calls to them at work, tried to collect on old debt that is no longer legally valid, and used threats of legal action in the form of filing a civil lawsuit. In other words, there are claims that Zwicker and Associates have ignored federal law and would pursue collection on debt accounts that were no longer valid, and consumers were not legally responsible to repay. Contact information: Zwicker and Associates PC, 80 Minuteman Road, Andover, Massachusetts, 01810. Their website is zwickerpc.com and the phone number is 1-800-370-2251. How to deal with Zwicker and Associates. If you are currently being contacted by Zwicker and Associates regarding a debt, you should request that your debt is validated. This can be done by sending them a validation letter, which will require them to provide you with the legal evidence that they own your debt and the collection rights for it. We do want to caution you, though, because there are allegations from individuals that Zwicker and Associates have ignored consumer validation requests. This is illegal. If they ignore and do not respond to your validation request, you should immediately contact your Attorney General. It also would be smart to use credit report repair services to help you deal with and remove any bad credit on your credit report from Zwicker and Associates. How to remove Zwicker and Associates from your credit report. If Zwicker and Associates is reporting negative information to the credit bureaus about you, it is incredibly important that you remove this information from your credit history. This information is damaging to your credit rating. You can dispute the credit bureaus and get them to investigate the information Zwicker has reported about you by filing a credit dispute with each of the 3 major credit bureaus. You can do this by sending a dispute letter to each one of the credit bureaus or get professional credit repair help. How to negotiate a settlement payment with Zwicker and Associates. Frequently, the total amount of your debt that Zwicker and Associates is trying to collect will be much more than your original debt. This is a result of fees and interest rates being tacked on to your unpaid debt. You can often negotiate to pay less than the total amount due because Zwicker and other debt collectors will purchase the collection rights for your debt for a mere fraction of the balance. It is a fact that collection agencies have paid as little as 3 cents on the dollar for debt accounts. For example, if Zwicker and Associates is contacting you to pay a $3,000 debt, they may have only paid $90 to purchase the collection rights. This means that any amount of money you pay them over $90 would be pure profit. Don't forget that in exchange for your payment to Zwicker and Associates, you must get them to agree that you will stop reporting negative information to the credit bureaus. If you neglect to do this, once you settle your debt, Zwicker and Associates will notify the credit bureaus and have the account information on your credit report changed to a paid collection. This is still a really damaging item to have on your credit report. Repair tips.